What's going on, guys? So I have a news today, as my bike was almost close to 2000 kilometers. It was time for an oil change, so I opted for 10 watt 50 Power 1 Racing this time. I know TVS recommends 10 watt 30, but today I will tell you guys why that oil is not sufficient, why that oil is not ideal for this bike, and then what oil you should choose. Also, this is the first time I am riding the 10 watt 50 Power 1 Racing engine oil on this bike, and this is kind of my first ride review or impressions, you can say, and I will tell you guys all about engine oil, all you need to know. Alright, so some basics first. I will try to keep it as simple as possible. You know, all the engine oils that are available in the market, they have these numbers attached to them, right? Like 10 watt 30, 15 watt 40, 10 watt 40, 10 watt 50, 15 watt 30, 15 watt 40, 15 watt 50. What these numbers basically mean that the engine oil is blend of oils of two viscosities. You know, the both numbers are viscosity indexes. Viscosity means how thick the engine oil is. So 10 watt 30 engine oil is a blend of two engine oils. Both are fully synthetic, and they can be semi-synthetic and that can be mineral. I will discuss that later. Let's focus on the viscosities first, okay? So what we really need to understand here is there are two limiting factors. The first limiting factor is how closely toleranced your engine internals and components are, okay? And the second is how high RPM range, or you can say a temperature range, you are going to operate your bike in. So the lower number, the 10 or 0 or 5 or 15, the lower number on the grade of an engine oil determines how thin the engine oil will be, even when it's cold or when it's just sitting down in your bike, okay? And if your engine has very close tolerance internals, like a high revving engine, like you can say a racing engine, you need to adhere to the company recommendations at the lower levels. Because let's say if two bearings are very closely matched and the company recommends a 10 watt 30 oil, focus on the 10 number, okay? And you go with a 15 or a 20 watt. So what will happen is, when your engine is not warmed up, that oil is thicker. That oil might not go between the bearings. Alright? Yeah, sure, after the engine is warmed up, and warming up an engine thins the oil, it lowers the viscosity of the oil. Sure, then it will go. But before, it will create some undue friction, it will create some undue wear and tear. Alright, so my expert recommendation is always stick to the lower number, whatever your company suggests in the manual, stick with that. Okay, the lower number. If it says 5 watt, go with 5 watt. If it says 10 watt, go with 10 watt. So the TVS says 10 watt 30, so I went with 10 watt 50. And why I went with 50 instead of 30? Let me tell you guys. The way I use my bike, how much I rev it, how fast I rev it. I mean, the 30 oil, 10 watt 30 oil used to get so warm that it was almost waterman. It was so thin. It was hardly giving any protection, I can concur. So I wanted to upgrade. So yeah, if you go with a higher number, like if your company says 40 and you go with 50, your company says 30, you go with 50, what you are getting into? You are getting a thicker oil, you are getting a longer lasting oil. I mean, that 10 or 30 oils, they last for like 2000 kilometers. Company claims 3000. This 50 oils or 40 oils, especially the 50 oil, they last for 5 to 6,000 kilometers, almost twice the age. Even at most extreme conditions, they make a nice strong film. They don't get burned as easily. So they are good for that. They are good for protection. They are good for lasting long, but they are almost twice as costly as well. I mean, the simple fully synthetic power one comes at a price of 400 a bottle, 400 per liter, and these power one racing 10 watt 50s come for an 850 rupees per liter. And since the engine takes 1 liter and 200 ml, I am putting in 1000 worth of oil in it. So I was actually just warming my engine, and now it's time to push.
दोबारा कील कदम चुपचाप बाइक चलाओ वरना अब बंदूक का क्या फायदा
पुड़िया 이들이 들이다 모서모 이런다도 우드빌라 no shooting Nonsense இருந்தா யாரு ஓவர்டேக் பண்ண முடியாது அதே மாதிரி பைக்ல Castrol Power racing இருந்தா எல்லாமே பேரை கேட்டாலே சும்மா அதிருதில்ல
Nice. Man, I mean, trust me guys, I was thinking that this engine oil will be an overkill for this bike because it's very smooth as is. There is noticeably, you can say, more smoothness in the upper range. I mean, you can see I was like past 10k RPM in the 4th gear constantly, and doing that on my TVS 10 watt 30 oil previously, it felt that I'm pushing too much. Even the past 10k RPM vibrations are completely eliminated. But you know, going with thicker oil has some caveats as well. It takes more time to warm up. I mean, even after that, I'm feeling that it's not completely warmed up, you know. It needs more time. But thank God I chose the 10 watt 50 and not 20 watt 50, because with 10 I am ensured that my bearings, my internals are aptly coated. So at high RPMs I am not even hearing the engine sound, or you can say noise anymore. It's only the intake howl. It's only the intake howl, man. I mean, it's really, oh my god. The more it's warming up, the better it's perform. I mean, I told you guys that it was going to happen. The blend is so thick, but the more you warm it up, oh, my Jesus, the more it performs. Man. Oh boy, it's still opening up. The harder you rev, the more you ride, the better it gets. It gets more smoother, it revs even more freely, it makes even more power. Oh my god. I am not going back to any other oil. This is it, boys. This is it.